Hey everyone, it's Diego Viteri and Matias. Welcome to a new video of Viteri Boxing. Today we're going to teach you how to beat a bigger opponent. The most obvious advantage that a taller opponent has is his reach. It's really important to know that your opponent can hit you, he can touch you, your chin, but it's impossible for me to touch him. So that's why he always tries to keep me at bay. Normally, if you are in a long range, you shouldn't try to be completely in front of your opponent. You need to be always breaking the line of attack. The line of attack is basically trying to be outside of this side, in an angle where he can hit me and I'm in a safe space. Number two, normally if he has more advantage with his reach, I want to be closer to him. Why would I want to be closer? Because when I'm closer to him, my center of gravity is lower, and that means I can create a lot more power. Just think of it with my shoulder. If I push him, I can create more power than he can create if he pushes me. If he pushes, his shoulder is too high, so he can't create power. From here, I got a lot more leverage to punch my opponent. There are two ways mainly that you can attack a taller opponent. One is proactive, looking for your opportunities, and the other is reactive, waiting for him to do the work for you. So we're going to start with three different techniques from a proactive way. The first one, you need to understand that normally if they are bigger than you, they have more reach, they will use their longer weapon, that is their jab. So they will try to keep you at bay, they will try to keep you at distance. I'm moving, I try to go in, he jabs, I can't go in, he jabs, he doesn't allow me to get in. So what I'm going to do is try to take away his longer weapon, and how can I do that? Using my front arm, I will try to just pin, to be taunting. And whenever I'm taunting his front arm, I will be closing the gap. He's not going to be able to see, because normally this is his measuring stick. He measures where I am using his arm. If I take that from him, he can't measure where I am, and I can still close the gap without him even noticing. In this distance, I can still punch him, and we're in punching distance. Okay, technique number two is I am going to force him to throw a punch he doesn't want. Doing the same technique, just pin his arm, his front arm, and subconsciously he's going to think this is my free arm. So I'm going to throw across to him. So whenever he throws across, I slip, I pivot, I get an angle, and I can punch my opponent. Of course, in a position where I'm safe and he can't hit me. And the third one is you just punch his front arm. You punch his front arm, and you move in a 45-degree angle, like skipping to the side. So you move it like that. You go like this. You push here. You move to the side, and you get an angle to his back. Okay. So now we're gonna work on our reactive way. We're gonna let our opponent do the work for us. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna go in. We're gonna make him throw his jabs. And how can we do that? By feinting a lot. If we feint and we move our head and we're feinting, we are actually making him overreact, and normally they throw their jab. So whenever he throws a jab, the first technique I'm going to show you is as soon as they throw their jab, you're going to parry. Of course, when you parry, you got all this space to move, and you're going to go to the side. The same thing as the first technique I showed you, moving 45-degree angle. So he jabs, I move to 45-degree angle, and I can catch. So he's going in, his weight is forward, he can do nothing about it, he already stopped, and I can move to the side. Another thing is, I already told you that this jab, he touches me, I can touch him, but if I move my head out of the way and I go in, my jab has the same amount of reach because I'm using my footwork. Remember, footwork is the most important thing. So this is called a split jab. I move my head, boom, I can catch with my jab. Third thing is you can also go in. I mean, you can go, this is slipping out, this is slipping in. If you slip in, make sure that there's a lot of danger. If he throws his right hand, he can catch me with the right hand, and that will not be cool at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be moving, and I'm going to pin his arm with my cross, and I can hook to his body. Thanks everyone for watching the video, and thank Matias for being here and help us with the video. Hope you like it, you learn a lot. Subscribe to my channel, leave your comment below of what you want to learn next week. See you next week.